Every major cellular service is actively marketing nationwide 5G coverage, though this is currently more of a concept than reality. While in many commercial districts and urban hubs 5G coverage is extensive, it is currently much less true in residential and rural areas. Hence, the claims of nationwide coverage are really an example of deployment in progress. Since true nationwide coverage is reliant on the placement of millions of towers with limited coverage areas, the biggest obstacles to this plan is finding places to put the small cell towers needed for the network. This is an expensive proposition that often requires permits from local municipalities, an arena where activists have had some success in blocking this dangerous deployment. To circumvent the expense and legal requirements, the industry is trying to misuse an old rule and cut out the need for local approval by seeking to place their transmitters directly on people's homes. The OTARD rule, an acronym for Over-the-Air Reception Device, was adopted as part of the 1996 Telecommunications Act. This rule prohibits local municipalities from restricting the installation of satellite dishes and other antennas on private residences for the reception of video signals. This rule was amended in 2002 to allow for transmitting antennas for personal use. This rule has never been applied to the use of these antennas to transmit signals outside of one's own property. If the mobile industry has its way, that could soon change. At industry prompting, the FCC has proposed a change to the OTARD rule that would cover wireless hubs. This change would allow the industry to turn people's homes into cell towers, and since this would be done on private property, this effectively circumvents the need for companies to undergo environmental, safety, and zoning requirements. If your neighbor agreed to accept a fee and turn their home into a cell tower, you could do nothing about it. The limited tools that citizens have to keep dangerous levels of microwave radiation out of their neighborhoods would disappear. You might not even know it had happened. This is an egregious abuse of the intent of this law, effectively eliminating all resistance to nationwide 5G and the vast damage to public and environmental health that this deployment will cause. The dangers of pulsed, data-modulated radio frequencies are well documented and include neurological and circulatory issues, as well as links to certain cancers. If this rule is changed, you will be exposed with no recourse. Unfortunately, industry is pushing hard and the ability of the public to comment on this rule is past, but there is still much we can do. We need a nationwide movement of people who understand the ramifications and push their elected leaders to act. Remember, they work for us and this is an election year. Please join us in opposing this change to the OTARD rule. Click the link below.